What's up YouTube, Ham Radio QSO. It's been a while since I put a video out, but on this channel I don't want to put just random videos out. I want to put videos out that I think are going to be useful to you, because I'm not here to try to push any high dollar equipment, or I'm not going to say you need this or need that. I'm showing you what I do and what works for me and will probably work for you too, and not break the bank. So in this video we're going to cover some information. I've got a new antenna you can see behind me, and it is a clone to the Comet GP9. This is a Jetstream. It is the JTB1B, huge antenna, dual band, 2 meters 70 centimeter, and this antenna is $84.95. With shipping, I think I ended up paying $109, maybe $112 shipped to my door from R&L Electronics. I wanted a good high gain antenna for 2 meter and 70 centimeter. This one looks to be exactly what I was after, because I didn't want to spend the big money for a Comet GP9. Now I have the specs pulled up on the Comet GP9, and we're going to compare them to this Jetstream. So the GP9 is, it's a little over 18 feet long, on 2 meters, 144 to 148 megahertz. It is 8.5 dBi gain, and on 70 centimeter, 440 to 450 megahertz, it's 11.9 dBi gain. Now the Jetstream on 144 to 148 is 8.3 dB in gain, and 430 to 450 megahertz on the 70 centimeter side is 11.7 dB. 11.7 on the Jetstream, 11.9 on the Comet, 8.5 on the Comet, 8.3 on the Jetstream. So you can see they're very similar antennas. This one is 208 inches long, just a little bit shorter than the GP9. This one has a maximum wind rating of 90 miles an hour. The GP9 has a wind rating of 92 miles an hour. So if you get a 90 mile an hour wind or a 92 mile an hour wind, it's not going to make much difference. That's high wind. Now the build qualities on these antennas, there's not a whole lot of information on that I could find on YouTube anywhere about this antenna. I think I found maybe 2 videos on this antenna, and they didn't really talk about the antenna very much at all. One was the antenna was up and they were using it, and another one I saw they put it together and had it on a short pole and done some testing into repeaters. But this could be a very good budget option. It's going to be better than the 2 meter 70 centimeter, the dual band vertical that I use now. What I use now is a tram antenna. It's about 48 inches long. It has half the dB gain that this antenna will have on 2 meters, and about the same on 70 centimeter. Now this antenna here probably won't be as good as the gain on the beam, but let me pull that up real quick and we'll compare the numbers to the beam. Okay, so the diamond beam I have antenna is the one you see on the screen. It is the A144 S10. It's a 10 element beam, excellent antenna. So its gain is 11.6, and the Jetstream is 8.3, 9, 10, 11. About 3.3 dBi difference. Now, the repeaters that I work and the simplex contacts that I talk to, I don't think that's going to make much difference. What we're going to try to compensate for is height. I'm going to put this higher than the beam is to get just a slightly more elevation. We might be able to offset some of the gain loss. It's going to be an interesting test. Nonetheless, it's going to be fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this antenna. I'm going to take down the vertical that I have up now. We're going to put it on a 20-foot mast to start with. We're going to start it at 20 feet. Then we're going to put another section of pipe on. We're going to probably take this up to about 28 feet, I guess, where we're going to clamp onto the mast. And we'll have 17 feet up, so that'll put us 38, 40, 46 feet, 45 to 48 feet on the tip. That ought to be plenty. Given my elevation where I'm at, this antenna ought to do really, really good. So what I need to do is take you guys outside, figure out where to put this antenna together at, because it's going to take a little bit of work, and I don't have a big workspace. I got a porch, but it's not suitable for this. The older porch, the boards are wide cracked. I don't want to lose anything in the process. So we may just lay some sheets down in the yard and lay the antenna down on these sheets, get it together, get it on the mast, and once we get it on the mast and get everything attached to the radio, we'll use the 2980R for a lot of the testing. And on the 70 centimeter side, we'll use this Redivus RA25 GMRS radio that puts out 20 watts, but opened up for GMRS 2 meter and 70 centimeter. And we'll test the 70 centimeter side with that radio and 20 watts. There's a new repeater put up by the Bluegrass Amateur Radio Society, which is in Lexington, Kentucky, and it is about 38 miles to the repeater. It's a 70 centimeter repeater. I can't get into it with the dual band vertical I got now. I don't know if I can get into it with this one because the proximity of the antenna and where it's mounted at, it's in the center of the city and there's some tall buildings around it. I don't know if my line of sight is good enough for me to get into this antenna. But anyway, let's take this bad boy outside and get it together and get things going, and we'll see what happens. Who knows? Worth a shot. That's why we get into ham radio, because we get to experiment. Be back in a minute. Okay, here it is, all laid out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this together. I'm not going to record me putting it together, but I'll show you how this works. You see this piece here, this little copper piece here, it slides into this collar, and it has a little lock nut inside there. Slide them together, then I'll push all this out this middle tube at the far end down there where that gap is, and I'll do the same thing here. Then I'll shove it all back up there and put it together. Pretty straightforward. Then I'll put the radios on it down here at the bottom. Let's see, there's another one. They provide you with the Allen wrench, all the tools you need to put this together, except for, I don't know, a crescent wrench or something. Here's the 4 little radios, I call them. Pretty simple. So let me, I may just set you guys down over here and let you guys see this, and we'll fast forward through it. Back in a minute. the antenna. Let me take my mask over there and get this on there. See what happens. Okay, there is the old dual band vertical, and here is this monster. It is quite the antenna. It should make a massive difference, but I've already loosened the clamp up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this down and get this big antenna situated, get her on the air. Well, there she be. Got it propped up, keep it off the ground. Now all I gotta do is get this up. So I think what I'm gonna do is take the bottom section of this pipe off till I get it stood up, and get my fiance out here to help me. And once I get that done, I'll be back. I still got to put another 10 feet of pipe on this, which will put the bottom of that at about 29 feet. And it looks like I got to straighten my antenna up a little bit. May not have got it seated in all the way, but we'll see. It's a compression fitting. It ought to be done. But let's go in here and fire up the radio that it's hooked to and do some quick testing. Okay, so now that we've got everything hooked up, we're just going to do a quick test of repeaters. I don't like chucking repeaters, but I just want to do a couple. I'll do one that's about 40 miles away, then I'll do one that's about 90 miles away. The one that's about 90 miles away I can hit with my beam. So there's a simplex channel, which nobody's on simplex at the moment, or there'd be chatter. It's just the way it is in this area. But we'll do, there's a Lexington repeater. You know, Presto and all that. That one's about 40 miles away from me. It's full quieting. It's good reception. So we know we can probably hit that one just fine. So let's go to the repeater that's 90 miles away.
Oh yeah, I was the main photographer, yeah.
Okay, this repeater is known as Black Mountain. It is 90.3 miles away. Let's see if we can hit this one. Got into it, and we didn't use full power either.
47.375. The tone is 79.7 hertz.
It's KQ4LPW testing. Let's see if anybody comes back to us. Maybe we can get a signal report. But that's pretty good distance. That's 90.33 miles away. And I've got some that are a little bit farther. There's one in here I want to try to hit. I'm not sure if I can get it. It is the I don't have. There's Cynthiana. K4HH. This repeater here is 61 miles away. It's KQ4LPW testing. So as you can see, the antenna is doing its job. It is working like it's supposed to be. Just from initial testing on this antenna, I would highly recommend it to anybody. Down the road, we'll get a little bit more in depth. The more we use this antenna, the more I can report back to you on how good the operation of it is. But it looks pretty good. So far, so good. If anything new develops, any negatives, I'll let you know. But right now, we have a winner. So with that, this is Ham Radio QSO. Peace.